It is fun. Gotta look up. I'm gonna be on. This stuff finds the internet.
Okay, perfect. Coach, whenever you're ready, we'll start with a statement and then open up for questions.
All right. Well, boy, this is a tough place to play. I know we haven't won here in a while. And especially coming out of the break, I was a little bit, I knew we were going to be a little bit rusty, and we were. I think particularly in the perimeter, we were a little bit rusty, but it's a really good team that we played against, super experienced. I can't say enough about the two next to me. Maria, we've been saying, is a real problem, and her efficiency is remarkable. She was exactly what we needed. And then what you see on the other side of me is the relentlessness of a champion, right? You have Alyssa has that look as we get going through the game where it says, "I got this." And she was tired, and you couldn't tell. She just found a way out of every loose ball, and that's what it takes on the road. So really proud of these two. They deserve it. And I know it means a lot to them to get a win here and to get our first ACC win on the road.
Questions? Go ahead.
All right, does anyone have any questions? If not, these athletes want to go see their families.
Hey, Courtney, what was it about the defense that was so good today? It seemed like that was a game-long thing for you.
Yeah, especially with how we shot the ball. I thought we got a lot of good shots and weren't able to capitalize. We were good at the point of the screen. We forced a lot of tough things for Cavender. Our rotations were sound. We played with our hands and feet. And I thought our rotation rebounding for the most part was pretty good. This group really locked into communicating. I could hear them all throughout the game, which mattered. And we've got a lot of good individual defenders. But yeah, we wanted to put pressure on the side of the ball, and we did that. We did that really well.
Did you think that you'd be able to maintain that throughout the game? I mean, they got some talented offensive players.
They sure do. Yeah. I was worried about the foul trouble. We had India and Lexi each have three, and Alyssa quickly picked up her third in the third quarter, because when they're not aggressive, we're not good, and neither are they, right? And so I was a little bit worried about that. We talk a lot about positional defense, hands and feet, gaps, and chesting the ball. And these guys know it, that in the first half, I think probably over about 2/3 of their points were just not finishing possessions well enough. But we clamped down better in the second half.
How nice is it to be able to withstand that foul trouble? You mentioned that it seemed like it was pretty, even though Miami didn't have a lot of free throw attempts, you guys had racked up some fouls there in that first half.
For sure. Yeah, it's not great when you have so many of your guys that you lean on with a lot of experience in foul trouble. We like our bench. We trust them. We know it's a committee affair. And to be honest, the fact that Maria and Alyssa were able to stay in the game and play so many minutes handled that. Each game has its own feel. And this one will go down as one that we can really credit to these two for finding a way for us.
For both the players, especially Maria, what was able to work for you so well offensively to kind of get off to that good start?
I knew that we had to get the ball inside. So being relentless, always calling for the ball, knowing that they're looking for me. We practice that. We make sure that we work on post passes, finishing, knowing that I have good touch, knowing that I can finish, run the floor, do everything I need to do for us to get a win.
How about Alyssa? What about your take on that?
Yeah,
just getting enough offense going.
Yeah, I felt like our group as a whole did a really good job at assessing the game in live time and continually making Miami pay on the inside because they had no answer for Maria. Like they couldn't double on her, otherwise it was a kick out for a good shot, or Maria was scoring quickly before the double even came, and they just could not figure that out. So I felt like our group did a really good job of understanding that and continuing to punish them for it until they had an answer, and clearly they didn't have one. So it was just really good all around team offense to figure out where we needed to score.
Any other questions?
I'll throw just one more out there if I can, as I didn't hear all the opening statement from Coach, but just with only 4 turnovers, that seems like that's got to be the number that maybe you're most happy with.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't shoot it. I thought we got a lot of great open looks because of the double teams that we weren't able to capitalize on. So our guard play was a bit rusty coming out of the break, I felt, understandably. And so fortunately, they really took care of the basketball, and we generated a lot of assists. So, if you're not going to shoot well, there's lots of ways to impact this game. I mean, these two are great examples of that. So we didn't shoot well enough at the perimeter spot, but we did other things well enough to ensure victory.
Thank you.
Great, thanks
Thanks,
everyone.
guys.
I think this one, Sophia, do you have one?
Yeah, just really quickly, what towards the end, I mean, obviously the fourth quarter, like scoring slowed down and you guys, only had the 1 point in the last 4 minutes. What was that, just like general tiredness, or is there any sort of specific thing that happened there?
No, I'll take that one. I wanted to really slow it down. I liked how we were defending. They weren't getting any look that they wanted in the fourth quarter. And so I was using the clock and the time and trusting our defense even more so than our offense. We just weren't shooting it well enough. And then playing in a crowd, Maria and Alyssa were, that I wanted them to win it on the defensive end, or that's at least what the game called for. So I wanted to take at least 20 seconds on every possession offensively. And this group isn't great when I slow them down. We know that, but all we cared about was we found a way to win. So it wasn't pretty and not great on the ACC network in the fourth quarter, but we don't really care. We got to win.
Sounds great to me. I think that's all for me. Thank you.
You got it. Thanks for your coverage, guys.
Thanks everyone.